my hourly rate, if you just want me, is going to be set at $48. So a commercial job, that's what it's going to be. And that way, if I get out on a remote site, I hear guys get out there and some of them aren't really sure to handle how they're going to get out. So if I've got these flat fees for specific services, but you want me to sit there and watch the screen, watch the paint dry, then we're going to, after 2 hours of being on site, I'm going to say, hey, you know what, we need to go to an hourly rate because you're wanting me to sit here.
Right. That makes sense.
So I've tried to take everything that everyone has talked about over the last year or so and try to incorporate it into how I'm redesigning my business.
I gotcha. It makes sense.
Thank you, everybody.
You see, guys, you're helping Greg.
Yes.
He's taking the best little bits and pieces from everyone. All right, what else? You know what, Greg? I actually want to talk about a sponsor we have right now. Let's take a minute, guys, and I want to talk about mHelpDesk. You can find them at podnutz.com/mHelpDesk. And I'm going to pull up the site right now. They are your solution for service calls and handling your invoicing, your organization of service calls on computers. If you're overwhelmed with service calls and repairs, go from chaos to control in 30 days or less, money back guaranteed. It's podnutz.com, mHelpDesk. It's the letter M, Help Desk. Never forget anything again. Get organized quickly and easily. Reduce stress. Save more time. Same-day service client support. Hassle-free daily data backups. Some of the cool features of mHelpDesk is they have mobile apps, which you got to have these days to do your tracking. There's service request tracking. You could load up a customer database and have easy access to all of your guys and girls. If you need help with your scheduling, there's scheduling and dispatch, a whole part of the app for that. Estimates and invoices. It has QuickBooks support for those QuickBooks lovers out there. My favorite is reports. Reports are what basically allowed me to estimate the value of my business and sell it for what it was actually worth. If it wasn't for reports, I would have been pretty much screwed. So you could create some awesome reports with mHelpDesk, charts, and different things so you could actually show your progress and how you're doing. It even has marketing tools. It's all risk-free. What you want to do is go to podnutz.com/mHelpDesk, click the big red Try Us for Free button, and you get a 30-day free trial, no credit card needed. Check it out, use it, beat on it, and see if it is for you. But all I ask you to do is go and try the 30-day free trial and use the link. If you want to support Podnutz, use the link podnutz.com/mHelpDesk. And I hope you guys enjoy it and it helps your business. And thanks, mHelpDesk, for supporting Podnutz and being a sponsor. Back to Greg.
I'm watching your video. It's great. I never watched Justin TV. I don't know. Maybe they changed their name here recently. But I never watched your live broadcast before.
Yeah, a lot of guys do. I'd say over 90% of them don't. But and here's the thing, video is still, to deliver it in bulk, it's still tough. You need a lot of bandwidth. So I'm perfectly happy with the audio, but I'm recording everything in video just so I can have it. And we are starting to put it on the Roku box, and I'm going to make it available on the website real soon. But it's just video is a beast, and audio is nice to work with. So I hope to get the video out to everybody soon so they could see all the stuff that we show and see Greg's beautiful face on the webcam.
I was okay with every part of it, but doing the video.
Hey, you're doing fine, man. You got a great picture, too. It's coming in clear.
I'm going to skip over some stuff in our notes, and I kind of want to hit a little bit more about the technology that we'd end up using on the website, because Eric is trying to think. 20-some miles away from me.
Okay. And how did you meet up with Eric again?
We worked together on a help desk down in Atlanta.
Okay, that's right.
When I moved to Georgia 12 years ago, I went straight into a help desk, 150-some technicians. and I ended up being the night manager on the desk. And Eric was one of my team leads.
Oh, cool. Good.
So,
seems like a good guy.
Yeah, we worked together, and I counted on him a lot back then. And I knew if he was available, he'd be somebody I could count on, now with this new project.
Very awesome.
One of the things that we need to do is figure out how we're going to do telephone on a budget, because we need to be able to really have like a telephone PBX system. And I came up with some software by NCH Software. They're an Australian software company, and they have a virtual PBX, a software-based PBX system. And if you download the Windows 2000 version, not the one that's on the front page when you hit the download button, but you download the next older version, when it times out on the trial, it gives you the option to downgrade and use the free version. And what the free version has is it still allows you to run a single inbound line.
Okay.
So by having a single inbound telephone line, that's all we have right now. The software is pretty inexpensive, under $200. And the clients that they have that go with it are called Express Talk. And so by running a PBX on my gateway computer, not brand, but it's I went to a router on my computer with internet connection sharing. And I'll tell you an interesting thing about that in a second. But the PBX then, or using a VPN connection, Eric can be on an extension, and we can transfer calls, pick up calls, stuff like that.
Wow, that's kind of weird.
And the guys should really check it out and think about using it in their home, and especially if they have a friend or a family member that could answer phones for them from time to time. I mean, if you're only are handling one inbound line, I think you can handle up to 10 extensions. So you can put an extension, a software extension phone on any computer in any room and anywhere in the world that you can set up a VPN connection to your home.
That's pretty cool. I didn't even know that about the software. So technically you could have, like, I don't know, your aunt or your sister who is like just in a completely different location, be like the receptionist perhaps, and she'll say, hold on, I'm going to try his extension, I'm going to call him now, and they just hit like a couple digits, and then boom, your phone rings. Is that how it works?
Right.
Very cool.
The PBX you can set up to go into a rotary mode, so however many extensions you have on, it will roll through and ring those, just like in a business with a real hardware PBX system.
Right. Very cool. I'm seeing NCH more and more for different things. They're spreading themselves around, I'll tell you that.
They do a lot of software and video. I've used their product. The GUI that they have on their software is pretty nice, and that's what I liked about their softphone. It was a bigger display and easier to read, because when you're turning around trying to open up a program that looks like a telephone interface, you want to be able to read what a color display says and find the buttons so that you can answer the call.
Wow, that's pretty cool, and definitely a good thing. Definitely people to use. I know a lot of. I know I had the situation. I was hoping that when I had my business, it would be nice to have somebody answer phones for me, and the fact that they could be in a remote location is pretty cool. Good one. Good tip.
And we talk a lot about Log Me In, but to set up your VPN so that you can work with remote connections and I'll have them secured from the outside world, then you want to use Hamachi, Hamachi 2. That's by Log Me In. I think that they support up to 17 computers on one free personal use account.
Okay.
So that gets you your free VPN, and then I told you how to get your free PBX software.
Nice. Beautiful. Thanks, Greg.
The one other thing while we're talking about it, a lot of these things, if you use them on your personal network, I like to think that my website is going to be my business card, and that my home or business network is my location. Because then when I go and I'm working with somebody, if I have all that technology running at home, and I can with my laptop go to them and open it up and show them how I've got a VPN connection to my home, how I can answer phones from my home, then they could run a VPN connection from their office to their home. And one thing that no one mentioned when they talked about, I'm trying to remember the software now, and I'm in the wrong place on my screen. Crash Plan.
Yes.
They talk. The Crash Plan was mentioned, I think, some time ago. It was recently to me because I'm going through your podcast backwards.
We're always talking about it. Actually, we just talked about it on Android App Addicts, I think. But...
Oh, okay. See, I'm not there yet on that. But Crash Plan, I don't know if you've talked about it. The neat thing that I saw about it is it allows you in the free version, it allows you to back up to a remote location. So if a business owner has, he could have a computer at home and set up a VPN connection, and he can do offsite backup of his business system to his home.
Right.
And that's, for free. Of course, you get to make money setting it up for him.
Right.
Which is the part I like.
Nice.
So
yeah, I don't know if we talked about that on Crash Plan. That's a really good suggestion.
Yeah. So anytime you've got two locations, you could do offsite backup by just running your backup through a VPN connection. And then I don't know if anyone's talked about, but getting your network, being able to find your network on the internet. There's free DNS services out there. Dyn.com. It used to be DynDNS.com.
Right.
It will still forward. You can get a free subdomain, and so that gives you a name to attach to your home network. So what I had to do to support the PBX system is I needed to put a Windows computer as my router. And I know that not everyone's crazy about that, but I ended up with a tremendous benefit as soon as I did it. And that was, I had tried over the last year a couple of residential routers, and I'm paying my AT&T service is DSL 6 megabyte, and I've never been able to get 3 megabyte download speed.
Okay.
But when I got rid of the residential routers and did a direct USB connection from my DSL modem to my computer, I went to 5.7 megabytes.
Wow. That's great for you.
Yeah. So I'm actually getting what I'm paying for now.
Right.
So those home routers can eat up a lot of your bandwidth and poor performance.
I did not know that. Now, what software are you running on your PC to make it a router?
Well, I started out just with a Windows 95 computer, and I've been downgrading on the hardware to see how small I could go and still maintain the router functionality and support the PBX.
Hang on. Let's get the 8 rings out of the way. If anybody doesn't know by now, it's 8 o'clock. All right, so you started with 95, and you said you worked down from there?
Windows XP, and I worked down in hardware.
Oh, Windows XP.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Not Windows. Okay, I was going to say.
Yeah, I'm sorry. To me, XP is now like 95. It's old stuff. All
right, so you work down on the hardware. So what do you have now?
I'm down to a Pentium 3 laptop.
Sweet, and that's your router.
And it's still supporting it. Yeah.
Cool.
So I have that in my kitchen. I've got a little desk area in the kitchen, and I got it down to where it's all just on a 14-inch P3 notebook with a gig of RAM running Windows XP. Just now, so far, I'm still using just internet connection sharing to distribute to my switch from. and I'm running the Antom PBX software.